Hi guys, and welcome back to another championship prediction video. Quick recap of round 42, we got one score correct, Preston drawing 1-1 with Millwall, and we also got a result correct that I was very happy with. I went for Derby to beat Fulham 1-0, Derby ended up winning it 2-1. I think it was a pretty big call for me to go for Derby to win it anyway, so although I didn't get the score right, I was very happy with that result. Before we get into the predictions, make sure to like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more championship content. And we're trying to hit a goal here, so I'm going to set a target. Can we get 10 likes on this video? And I'm on 85 subscribers at the moment. I've set a goal for 90 by the end of April. Can we try and smash that by the end of this week? That'll be a massive achievement for us. Let's get into the predictions. And starting off with Middlesbrough taking on Huddersfield. And Middlesbrough, not won in 3, but did draw 0-0 with Bournemouth in their last fixture. Good result for them, keeps them in the playoff race, but they could do with a win sometime soon. Huddersfield, unbeaten in 3, and they drew their last fixture 2-2 with QPR. For this one, I'm going to go down the middle. I can't call it. I feel like a lot of games that Middlesbrough are having recently, I'm going for draws, but I'm struggling to see anything else. So I'm going to go 1-1. A big game in the relegation zone next. Barnsley take on Peterborough. And Barnsley have only lost 2 out of 7, but they've drawn 4 of them. They could have turned one of those draws into a win, or a couple of them. They'd be in a much better position right now. But they do sit bottom of the table with a game in hand. They got a good point in their last match against Swansea, drawing 1-1, but I have got a feeling that if they lose here, it's over. And for Peterborough, that rings true. If they do lose here, they will be relegated. Not by points, because they can still equal Reading's point tally if Reading lose all their games and Peterborough win them all after a loss here, but Peterborough's goal difference is too far off. I didn't write the numbers down. I think it was about an 18 goal swing they'd need or something like that. So that's not happening. Peterborough, they in their last 5 have won 2, drew 2, lost 1. So they're in pretty good form. They beat Blackburn 2-1 in their last match. Blackburn are a team that are fighting for playoffs but can't really win a game at the moment. So Peterborough are in good form, but they're away here. And the away form is really what's let them down all season, because they've really struggled away. So have Barnsley, to be fair. I've just got a feeling Peterborough, if they lose, they're down. Barnsley, if they lose, it's still really difficult, but they're not down yet. And I've got the feeling that Barnsley have a bit more hope. They feel that they have a bit more of a chance. They obviously had a great season last season. So I'm going to go Barnsley to win 1-0. Blackburn take on Stoke next. Blackburn, they've won 1 out of their last 8 matches. So they're really struggling. And you've got to feel they need a win in their next 2 games if they want to stay in that playoff race. They lost their last game 2-1 against Peterborough as well, which is quite a big upset. Blackburn will be disappointed that they've just ran out of steam by the looks of it. They're playing the Stoke side that have been on the beach for a while. In their last 6, won 3, lost 3, and they lost their last game 1-0 against Bristol City. For this one, I still don't know how to feel about Blackburn. They've got something to play for, so you'd think they'll give it a bit more. But Stoke aren't drawing at the moment. They either win or they lose. But I've got a feeling it's going to be a draw. I don't know why. But Blackburn just aren't filling me with much confidence at the moment. So I'm going to go down the middle, 1-1. Blackpool take on Blues next. And Blackpool, out of their last 5, drawn 2, lost 3. So they haven't won in 5. Only 2 points out of those 5 games. They are on the beach. Critchley's done an amazing job in that role, because that Blackpool side weren't expecting to do much in this division, and they've been the best out of the 3, and they're safe. been on the beach, so fair play to Blackpool, brilliant season. They did lose their last game 2-1 against West Brom. Blues, we've lost 2 in a row. First against Forest, fair enough. Secondly against Coventry. I wouldn't mind losing to Coventry because they're obviously a good side. They've been better than us this season. But we were 2-0 up. We were 2-0 up. And from the 40th minute to half time, they scored 2 goals. Went in level. In the second half then, fair enough, it's a clean slate. We draw in 2-2. We'll be low on confidence because once we do something like that, our heads drop. I'm not surprised that as soon as it went 2-2, Coventry ended up winning the game. Just disappointed to blow a 2-0 lead that quickly. Now, for this one, I think it's going to be down the middle again because I keep going for draws recently with Blues, but Blackpool aren't really in form because they don't need to be. They're just sort of resting at the moment. So I'm going to go 1-1. Cardiff up against Luton next. And Cardiff, they lost their last game 2-1 against Hull, and they lost their last home game 4-0 against Swansea. Luton picked up a massive win on Friday, 1-0 against Nottingham Forest. Didn't see that coming. Forest looked unstoppable. But Luton put an end to Forest's run, and what a massive win that is. We were sort of saying they need about 2 wins out of the last 5 to guarantee the playoffs. Well, they've won probably their hardest game remaining. So 1 win out of 4 now for Luton, and I think they're there. Fair play to Luton, brilliant season, and I think that win comes here. Luton to win 2-1. Coventry take on Bournemouth next, and this one's interesting. Coventry won 2 in a row. Their latest was that 4-2 against Blues, and they're now only 3 points off the playoffs. They look so far off it, but so many results went in their favour at the weekend that it's now a very big possibility. And if they can carry this form into a game like this, if they went and beat Bournemouth, they'd make Forest very happy. And a lot of teams around them have some difficult games. So Coventry, if everything goes right, could find themselves in the playoffs, or maybe in 7th. I haven't looked at the goal difference after this game week. Bournemouth, not 1 in 3, drawn 2 in a row 0-0. And I've got a feeling Coventry at home that always score goals in the 90th minute. Look, they've scored a lot anyway, I know that. And they seem to be in a very, very good vein of form at the moment. I think they might have just picked it up at the right time. I'm going to go for a big shock here. Coventry to win 2-1. Millwall take on Hull next. And Millwall in their last match drew 1-1 with Preston. It's the score that I got correct. And they're only 3 points off the playoffs. Hull, they won 2 in a row against Middlesbrough and against Cardiff. Wasn't expecting that from Hull. They were already safe. But they have had a few little runs this season where they win quite a few games. It's quite strange, but those sort of runs are what have made them safe. Can Millwall put a stop to that, or are Hull going to go on another little run of wins? I think Millwall obviously have the quality, and I think they obviously need the points more, so Millwall are going to go for this. I think it'll be a scrappy game, but I'm going to go Millwall win 1-0. QPR take on Derby next. QPR lost 5 in a row, then got a good point, 2-2 against Huddersfield, but it's not enough for them. After such a good start and being consistent for so long, this last run of fixtures means they're not in the playoff race anymore. And I feel bad for the fans quite a bit because they must have been expecting so much. I mean, at one stage it looked like they were going to challenge Bournemouth for an automatic spot. They're in such good form, but they've really dropped off. And yeah, I just feel sorry for the fans because after looking so certain, and then I don't know what's happened, but they've just dropped off a cliff. They're playing a Derby side that need a win. They're 9 points behind Reading, but there's 4 games remaining. So if Derby lose here, and Reading pick up a point, Derby are officially relegated. Derby have won 2 out of 3, beat Fulham in their last game 2-1. Now, I didn't get the score right, but I said that Derby would win 1-0. So I was very happy to get a Derby win correct there, because I think that was quite a big call. Can they do it again? I think so. This QPR side haven't won for a while. They're in bad form, haven't won in 6, in bad form. And I've just got a feeling that even though Derby aren't very good away, they're really going to dig deep. Derby to win 2-1. And up next, Reading take on Swansea. And Reading won 3 out of 5. Won their last game 2-1 against Sheffield United. What a big win that was. And you've got to feel 1 win now out of their remaining 4 fixtures makes them safe. It would be pretty much, impossible for Peterborough and Derby anyway, because they would need to win all of their remaining 4 games, while Reading lose 3 and win 1. And I think Peterborough would be down on goal difference, but Derby would survive if that happened. Barnsley, they've got an extra game, so they have the best chance out of all of them, but they have the least points on the board as well. So, yeah, a Reading win pretty much guarantees them safety, and the 3 teams are down. They're playing a Swansea side that are unbeaten in 6, winning 4, and drew their last game 1-1 with Barnsley. I think Swansea are going to win this one. I think they've still got some hope of a playoff spot, even though there's a lot of traffic. But over the last few weeks, a lot of teams have seemed to drop points in that playoff race, because a lot of them are playing each other. Some of them have had shock losses. Blackburn, a team that are struggling as well, they can't really get a win. So maybe Swansea, if they can win, 4 of the remaining fixtures, they've got a chance. But it's a big ask. However, for this, I'm going to go Swansea win 2-1. Bristol City up against Sheffield United now. And Bristol City, they won their last game 1-0 against Stoke. Sheffield United, they've been struggling in April. They won 1 out of 4. They lost their last game 2-1 against Reading. And although they are in that 6th spot, they are leaving the door open a bit. They need to start getting some wins soon, or, there's teams with quality below them, like Middlesbrough. Coventry are having some good form. Millwall have got a chance. Blackburn, if they can turn it around. So, yeah, there's a few teams in there that are dropping a few points that you wouldn't expect them to drop, and it could cost them. I think they're going to drop more points here as well, because Bristol City always seem good for a goal, even though defensively, not the best. But they did keep a clean sheet in their last match, so maybe they've got a bit more confidence defensively. I'm going to go 1-1. Forest take on West Brom next. And this is a game that could really decide what happens with Forest this season. Forest won 5 in a row, but lost 1-0 to Luton in their last game. Luton are a great side, and it was a massive win for Luton, but I just didn't see Forest really stumbling against anyone, because Forest are in such good form. The important thing here is that Forest can bounce back, because I think they're guaranteed a playoff place at minimum, but if they won that automatic promotion spot, Bournemouth have got hard running. Bournemouth have got Coventry on Monday, which is a big game against the informed Coventry side that are at home. Forest need a win here, really, to keep their dream alive, gain more points on Bournemouth if Coventry do win that game. So for this, it's important, very important for Forest. West Brom won 2 out of their last 3, and they won 2-1 against Blackpool in their last one. Now, their playoff dreams are pretty much over, depending on the traffic ahead of them, because a lot of them are dropping points. I think in the playoffs, Luton, Huddersfield and Forest all are guaranteed. It's just that last spot that no one seems to want to claim. So West Brom, they do have a chance, because it's possible. but I don't think it's happening at all. For this one, I think Forest bounce back strongly and then have a good end to the season. So I'm going to go Forest to win 2-0. And finally, Fulham up against Preston. And Fulham's promotion party is currently on hold, but it's inevitable. Fulham have lost 2 games in a row against Coventry and Derby, but I think this is the day that they clinch promotion. Preston, they are unbeaten in 3. They drew their last one 1-1 with Millwall, and they won the other 2. So Preston are in good form, but I just feel Fulham at home, wanting to get the job done against a team that have nothing to play for. Mitrovic is probably going to score here as well. And I think the way Fulham are going to play this is score a goal in the first 20 minutes, sit on it, and win the game 1-0. So, those are my predictions for these upcoming Championship fixtures. Make sure to put your predictions down in the comments, like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Championship content. And don't forget, we're setting a like target of 10 likes, and I want to try and hit 90 subscribers by the end of this week. So I'm currently on 85. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and up the blues.